Rain hammered the forest like 1,000 hammers beating on drums. Luke Granger adjusted his soaked cap as he hiked deeper into the Washington wilderness, tracking the column of smoke curling into the stormy sky. He'd seen the fireball streak across the sky just an hour ago, crashing behind the ridge. He thought it might be a plane, maybe a drone. But nothing could have prepared him for what he found. The crater was still smoking, the edges glowing faintly red. In its center lay a strange silver vessel, sleek, half submerged in the earth like a spear hurled from the stars. And beside it, she lay sprawled and bleeding, tangled in jagged metal. Not human. That was clear. Her skin shimmered like silver under the rain, her eyes large and luminescent, her wounds glowing faintly blue. But her expression, pain, fear, exhaustion, that was unmistakably human. Hey! Hold on! Luke rushed forward, instincts overriding his fear. She winced as he approached, trying to crawl away. No harm, he said gently, kneeling beside her. I'm here to help. She stared at him, trembling. Then, with a faint nod, she collapsed into his arms. Part 2. Hidden in the mountains. Luke lived alone, deep in the woods, in a cabin he built himself after leaving the army. He wasn't expecting company, let alone a wounded alien woman, but he had always believed in helping those in need. He called her Saeri. She couldn't speak English at first, but within days, she began mimicking words. Her species learned quickly, adapting language like breathing air. Saeri's wounds were deep, organic machinery interlaced with her biology, and it took weeks of makeshift care before she could walk again. During that time, Luke watched her transform. Not just physically, though her silver skin turned a soft lavender hue as she healed, but emotionally too. She began to smile, to laugh, to sit beside him by the fire and ask questions about Earth. One night, as they watched snow fall through the cabin window, she touched his hand gently. "You saved me," she said in halting English. "I owe you my life." Luke gave a soft chuckle. "You don't owe me anything. But I'm glad you're here." Part 3. Secrets in the Sky. But Saeri hadn't come alone. She was a scout, part of an expedition sent to observe Earth, but her ship had been sabotaged. Someone from her own people had tried to kill her. And if they knew she was alive, "They'll come," she whispered one night. "To finish." Luke reinforced the cabin. They trained together. She taught him to use a compact alien weapon, a palm-sized orb that responded to thoughts and intent. One morning, as frost blanketed the ground, Saeri stumbled outside with wide eyes and trembling hands. "Luke," she whispered. "Something's changing." A soft glow pulsed from beneath her skin. She pressed his hand to her stomach. New life. A heartbeat, foreign and strong, thrummed beneath his fingers. Luke's breath caught. "Is it?" She nodded. "Yours. Ours." He sat down hard on the porch steps, staring into the trees. 1,000 thoughts collided, fear, wonder, disbelief. "I didn't even know we were compatible," he muttered. She smiled gently. "Our species adapts, when there is love." He looked up at her. "You love me." She tilted her head, confused. "Is that not obvious?" Part 4. The hunters arrive. 3 months passed. The snow melted. Saeri's stomach grew. And one quiet dawn, Luke spotted a flicker of movement on the horizon. Ships, descending silently through the clouds. "They found me," Saeri whispered, fear in her voice for the first time in months. They didn't run. There was nowhere to go. Instead, they prepared. Luke lured the first drone into a trap, using his old combat skills and Saeri's alien tech. But by nightfall, the real threat arrived. 3 armored figures stepped from the trees, their armor black as obsidian, their weapons humming. Saeri stood in front of Luke, hands raised. I carry life, she said in her native tongue. A union. Earthling and Elendari. The leader, taller and faceless, lowered his weapon. Abomination, he hissed. Your line must end. They fired. Luke dove, rolling with Saeri behind the shed. Energy beams shredded the porch. The cabin burned. He tossed her the orb. Go. I'll hold them. No, she cried. I won't lose my family again. Together, they fought. Luke's training and Saeri's tech turned the battle into chaos. One by one, the hunters fell, until only the leader remained, dragging Saeri by the arm, pressing a blade to her glowing belly. Let her go. Luke yelled. The hunter sneered. Then take her place. Without hesitation, Luke raised the orb. It pulsed, bright as a star, and in a flash, the hunter was gone. Disintegrated. Silence returned to the forest. Part 5, A New Dawn. Months passed. The world forgot the fire in the sky. Government agents came and went, investigating the wreckage, but never suspected the truth. Luke and Saeri moved further into the mountains, deeper into solitude. And one quiet night, beneath the northern lights, she gave birth. The child, part human, part Elendari, had skin like moonlight and eyes that shimmered like starlight. A bridge between worlds. A promise of unity. Luke cradled the infant, tears in his eyes. You're incredible, he whispered. You both are. Saeri, exhausted but smiling, leaned against him. We are family now, Luke Granger. You are mine. I am yours. He kissed her brow, overwhelmed with gratitude. I never thought saving one life would give me a new one. Epilogue. Legend of the Woods. Years later, hikers and hunters told stories of a glowing woman seen among the trees, her laughter like music, her child sprinting across the forest faster than any deer. Some said she was a spirit. Others swore she was alien. But only Luke knew the truth. He had no idea the injured alien woman he saved would become his family, and bear his child. But now, he couldn't imagine life without them. And every night, when the stars blinked overhead, he whispered a silent thank you to the sky for crashing her into his world.